when you do all that work to escape the police and still get caught? That's the title of today's video from Code Blue Cam. Let's jump right into it.
On October 23rd, 2022, a La Crosse County Sheriff's deputy was conducting random registration plate checks in Bangor, Wisconsin. He ran the plates of a passing vehicle and discovered it was registered to 29-year-old Ashley. It displayed her driving status to be suspended due to failure to pay a forfeiture. As he activated his lights and sirens, his speed increased to 124 miles per hour and noticed her vehicle was still pulling away.
Interesting. Right from the beginning, this is actually a very interesting legal issue as to why the officer could pull the suspect over. As many of y'all know from watching this channel, an officer needs at least reasonable suspicion to temporarily detain you. Now, many of you are probably thinking is, hey, the officer had no reasonable suspicion to run her plates. Therefore, this whole stop should be totally fruit of the poisonous tree, right? Wrong. This is actually a very interesting and still a controversial legal issue. And essentially what the courts have said is, look, as of today, driving is considered a public activity. And having a license plate on a car that's in public, you are not entitled to any privacy of your license plate and the associated ID. So police officers are more than welcome to run random license plate analysis at any time they want. They don't need reasonable suspicion to run your plates. It's in public. Now, there are many people out there that disagree with that ruling and say, hey, listen, you shouldn't be able just to run a license plate whenever you want without any sort of reasonable suspicion or probable cause, but that's not the law right now.
The deputy lost sight of Ashley after a few miles and provided dispatch with a description of her vehicle. Moments later, he observed her vehicle in the ditch and believed she had been involved in a single vehicle crash.
I mean, what do you expect? When you're going 124 miles per hour plus and there's a ditch on the side of the road, you're probably going to find the ditch.
Approximately 100 is still driving through the ditch right now.
Okay.
805 to 1.
We're still on Big Creek Road. It's driving through the east ditch right now.
We talk about this all the time. You're only going to make things worse if you run away. The correct strategy, if you find yourself in a bad situation, is to pull over and then zip it. You might still get convicted of whatever the hell you did, but you're going to mitigate the damage.
After a brief pursuit, her vehicle pulled over. The deputy observed smoke coming from the vehicle, believing that it may have become disabled.
So she only pulled over when it was convenient to her, meaning her vehicle would no longer drive.
10 for it, smoking.
Driver, let me see your hands. Step out of the vehicle.
Remember, if the police order you out of the car, you have to get out of the car.
Turn around and face away from me. Put your hands above your head. Put your hands above your head. I'll explain it to you once I get your custody. Raise your hands.
I hate to do this. I hate to do this to the police officer. Listen to the voice crack.
I'll explain it to you once I get your custody. Raise your hands.
Why did they cancel Futurama?
Let's be real. We've all been there. I've had quite a few voice cracks in my day. I'm just lucky enough to edit them out.
Just stay out of the car.
No, get away from me. Get away from me. I do not feel safe. I do not have to stay with you. You are not a Monroe County officer.
I was trying to stop you.
You are not.
Yes, I was. My lights and sirens.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
So unfortunately, not feeling comfortable is not a justification for running from the police.
Away from me.
Oh, okay. 117, she's running through the east ditch.
And this, my friends, is the origin story of the movie Children of the Corn.
They are the children of the corn. They must obey he who walks among the rows.
Y'all, I have a lot of family who lives in the Midwest. I feel like this is just stereotypical Midwesterner shenanigans. You know, to be real, you really have no shot of escaping the police. And I would argue running in a cornfield is probably one of the better strategies. But don't take that out of context. Do not run from the police. All I'm saying is, you know, cornfields are pretty good hiding spots.
She's continuing slowly through the cornfield. I believe she's still moving north.
You go at?
She's somewhere right back in here.
Okay.
I guess go up a little bit, and we'll try and set up at least like somewhat of a perimeter.
All right, sounds good.
Just come out towards the sound of my voice.
A perimeter was set up, and the area was checked with thermal imaging and night vision. However, Ashley wasn't located.
Damn, they couldn't locate her with thermal imaging?
We got a positive ID on her, so it depends on what they want to do. If they want to apprehend her, we'll probably get her walking sooner or later.
We got a phone number for her. Why don't you try calling her?
Okay.
Cannot be completed as the called party is temporarily unavailable. Please try again later.
I think she turned her phone off. It says it can't be.
I have no comment to add to this. I just think it's funny that they tried to call her. Did they think that was going to work? Maybe they were trying to trace the phone, but I mean, I don't know.
Is she, you know, if she's a doper or what? Yeah, she is. Okay. Meth is her preference. So she's relatively new in the dope game, though. I think she's only been doing dope for a year and a half, maybe.
How do you know all this? Is the Code Blue Cam universe so small where all the police officers just know everybody in the town?
Yeah. We only have the one booking record with her. Sparta's only got her once. I've never gotten her. I think she might have been involved in Merkel's pursuit with that motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I'm certainly not trying to defend this suspect because she's literally running in a cornfield right now. But all I'm saying is this police officer is making a lot of assumptions, which scares me because if a officer is making assumptions that could potentially be adverse to a suspect's rights in the future or other situations. Just an observation.
While en route, the deputy observed a vehicle pass him and noticed a female driver look away at the same time. He ran the vehicle plates and discovered it was registered to the same address where they were going to attempt to locate her. By looking at a past jail booking photo of her, the deputy believed it to be Ashley, so he conducted a traffic stop.
Again, this is a very interesting legal justification to pull someone over. Reasonable suspicion is more than just a hunch. So you can't say, I think that is the person. However, if you have a photo and the photos match up and they look similar, that could very well be reasonable suspicion. But more so than just that, they ran the plates of the car and it's registered to the same address. So those two things together certainly create reasonable suspicion to justify pulling over the suspect.
Sergeant Oswald from the Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm stopping you is for traveling 63 and a 55.
Interesting. The reason the police officer said he is pulling her over is because she was allegedly speeding. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but let me tell you a secret. The police can lie. So this police officer can have reasonable suspicion to pull her over for one thing and say he's pulling her over for another thing. And also, she admitted to speeding. He said you're going 63 and a 55, and she goes, I'm going 60. You just admitted to speeding.
Going 60? Do you know what the speed limit is here? I can't hear you. Do you mind stepping out of the vehicle for me? Step out of the vehicle. What's that? You are stepping out. 9 to 17. You want to head this way.
I do not have to step out of the vehicle.
You do have to step out.
I know my rights.
You clearly do not know your rights, because if you knew your rights, you would know that under Pennsylvania v. Mims, if a police officer orders you out of the car, you have to get out of the car.
You do need to step out.
Am I under arrest?
Yes. Step out of the vehicle.
Really, dude?
Step out of the vehicle. You are under arrest. Get out. Right now. Don't be reaching in your purse. Step out of the vehicle now. Step out!
Come on, really? I'm a little girl. What am I gonna do to you?
Okay, step out. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything sharp, needles, knives?
No, nothing like that.
Let's walk towards this spot there.
Am I gonna be able to go to treatment tomorrow? Really? Oh my god.
Next time an officer tells you to step out, you do it right away. Before I put pepper spray in your
I felt
face.
threatened by you.
Where's your ID at?
I don't know, man. You already know who the I am.
And who would that be?
You. Ain't got on me, man.
Have to do our job and check.
Really?
Really what?
I want a female here. I don't want you touching me.
Don't get a female here.
You don't get a female here.
No, we don't have a female deputy on duty.
Sure. Well, then we'll wait till there's a female, huh?
No, that's not how this works.
So the police officer here is absolutely right. You have no right to be searched by a police officer of the same gender. Furthermore, what the police are doing here is called a SITLA, a search incident to a lawful arrest. This is more than a Terry frisk where really they can just pat you down. Here, the suspect is arrested and they are allowed to search the suspect to identify any potential weapons or contraband that may be on the suspect at the time.
Can you at least let my dad know to come get his car and everything?
Do you have a number handy for him or know it offhand? Is there a phone in your car or purse?
Should be in my purse, yeah.
I'll bring it here. Is it okay if we go through it or just get the number only? I'll do it right in front of you?
No.
Okay. Sergeant Oswald here from the Sheriff's Office. Would you, by chance, be able to pick up your vehicle here? It's just,
Okay. I'll be there in a little bit.
Before I release you here, I'm just gonna give you the warning here for the speed. And then because you are suspended, I do have to cite you for that. $200, 50-cent citation, 3 points in your license. Not a mandatory court date, but it needs to be paid for before November 29th at 9 o'clock.
So notice they're on the county line. Right now they're in Monroe County, or this is Monroe County, but they're also going to La Crosse County. So what's happening is the Monroe County police are releasing her to the La Crosse County police where the running away from the police incident occurred. So she's getting a citation for what she did in Monroe County, and she's going to have to face the consequences of what she did in La Crosse County.
How's that feel? Is that too tight?
Is that for you?
So you're under arrest by La Crosse County now, okay? We're going to be transporting you to La Crosse County Jail. There's nothing on you that's going to poke, stick me, nothing like that.
Ashley was charged with felony counts of bail jumping and fleeing eluding an officer. She also has 2 open cases with active bonds. She was released on a $1,000 signature bond.
Yeah, so she clearly made it worse for herself. I mean, literally the felony charges are due to her eluding the police. Wow, I think that was a good video because it demonstrated some very interesting legal concepts, specifically the license plate reading and the reasonable suspicion to identify somebody when they are a suspect on the run, so to speak. All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. Bye.
Big verdict.